Welcome back to No Rhyme, No Reason. I'm your host, Aaron Bergeron, and once again, I'm joined by my co-host, Popeye.
Hey, guys.
And Ernesto.
Hello.
So for this week's episode, we're going to talk about movies. We each are going to go over our top 3 favorite movies. We will try to avoid spoilers just in case somebody hasn't maybe seen the movie, but no promises. After that, we will all go over some upcoming movies that we're actually looking forward to in the next couple years. Pretty straightforward, but this should be pretty fun because I actually have no idea what these other guys' favorite movies are, and I imagine the feeling is pretty mutual. And I think I'll go first. So I'm going to start off with one of my first favorite movies, and I'm going to go with Pirates of the Caribbean. For those of you who don't know, I'm a pretty big fan of Disney. I like a lot of Disney movies. I feel like Pirates of the Caribbean just has so many great elements. It's original story, has great writing, clever plot points. It's funny. The acting is really good. The effects and the makeup are all really well done. I think people don't give enough credit. Like, it was nominated for 5 Oscars. Obviously, it did not win, but it was a really good movie. The sequels probably give it a bad rap because they're all terrible, but the first one was pretty good. Pirate movies are fun. Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow is about as good as it gets. And I'm going to assume that most people have seen this movie, so I won't really go into much more, but I feel like it's a really good movie. Anything you guys want to say about this?
No, I agree. I think the first one was probably the best.
Absolute classic. Yeah.
Once you go further down the line of movies, that's when you kind of get into the muddy waters of is it good or is it just for the nostalgia to tell the story?
Yeah, no, I definitely don't like any of the other ones. I mean, I'll say 2, 4, and 5 are okay. Like, I'll watch them, but 3 is absolute trash. And never...
Was At World's End or whatever?
Yeah, where they go back and get him from the dead and bring him back. It's not a good movie. But one is a league of its own. It's a classic. Very good movie. Very funny.
What's number 2, Wayne?
Okay, so for number 2, these aren't in any particular order, but I'm gonna go with The Prestige. Have either of you seen it?
I've not.
Yes.
That's
Is that the magician movie, right?
Yeah, it's like it takes place in like the 1890s or something, and it's about like these 2 competing magicians, and it's Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale.
Yeah, it's really good. I like it.
It's one of those movies that I think it gets better the second time you watch it through, partly because it jumps around a lot, but mostly because I feel like the ending changes the whole movie.
Yeah, and you catch more after you watch it the second time through. Definitely.
I think the story is really well done and it's creative. It's from Christopher Nolan, so if you've seen like The Dark Knight or Inception, which are somewhat darker, well-written movies, like I think that's a good comparison because it's by the same guy. I don't really want to spoil too much of it, but I like movies that don't end with finality or like have maybe like a bittersweet or sad ending. I don't know, like Ex Machina or Atonement, like movies like that where it's like they sort of have like this open-ended feeling. Or Inception. Inception's a great one too. But I don't know, I guess Ernesto, you should definitely see it. It's a thinker for sure. Great movie.
I'll have to check it out.
And David Bowie's in it, so...
Oh wow, David Bowie. Is he doing anything new?
I'm almost positive that David Bowie is not in it.
No, he is Tesla.
Oh, that's right. Yes, he is. You're right. That's so funny. I didn't even... You're right. You're absolutely right.
Well, now you know. Now you know something a little bit more about your number 2 favorite movie, Wayne. What's number 3?
No, whoa, hold on. I'm going to go back because Ernesto should definitely watch it because one of his favorite actresses is in it.
Alexandra Daddario.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson. That's right.
She's up there. She's no Alexandra Daddario. She's my absolute favorite actress.
Actress is in heavy air quotes right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go to my last movie, and I'll lead in with the fact that for people who maybe know me a little better, I am not a big fan of rewatching movies. I'm not really a big movie person in the first place, but I especially don't like rewatching movies. I know some people can like watch them over and over again. I do not do that. But one of the few movies that I do rewatch, and I rewatch it every year, is Groundhog Day. And I understand the irony of watching that movie over and over again is very apparent. But I watch it every Groundhog Day, and every time it makes me laugh. There's just some really funny lines. Bill Murray is hilarious.
Oh, Bill Murray.
I wouldn't have seen that. I wouldn't have pegged that. That actually caught me off guard, Wayne. I'm surprised that that's one of the top 3.
Oh, it absolutely is. Like I said, I watch this movie religiously every year, and it's like a tradition. I get excited about it. Like there's no like Christmas movie or Halloween movie that I watch every year, but I watch Groundhog Day every year. It's weird, but I like it. It's funny. It's a good. It's an original story. I don't know if no one has never seen it, but he relives the same day over and over again, and it's Groundhog Day, and it's hilarious. You know, Bill Murray says to this day that's his favorite role.
Arguably, it's close. I was gonna say arguably that's his most famous role, but he was in Ghostbusters
And Caddyshack.
and Caddyshack. So I mean, it's up there, man.
It is up there. It's a great movie.
I think to the masses, if you pinpointed what role most people have seen him in, I'd have to say it's probably Groundhog Day.
It's a classic.
It is a classic.
I will say that he made Zombieland.
Yeah, his cameo was awesome.
He didn't make Zombieland. Zombieland was almost in my top 3. It's a great movie by itself. If Bill Murray was not in it, I think it would have been fine.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, it's just really good cameo.
A solid top 3. I sign off on it.
Oh, good. I need your blessing for everything, so it's very important.
It was a little surprising. It was, caught me off guard a little bit. I wouldn't. Crazy top 3. We'll spin it over to Popeye now, see what he's got in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, so unlike Wayne, I am a big movie person. I think anybody who knows me knows that if I go to a bookstore, I will look at books, some Marvel comics and stuff like that, but I will definitely go to the movie section to see what I can buy for a good deal. So I would say for a scary movie, my favorite is The Conjuring. I think recently that's a good scary movie for modern times, and the first one was just, once you saw that lady's face with the jump scare when she's on top of the wardrobe, that scared me. I think it's our modern, I don't know about saying modern day Exorcist, because that's just a classic.
I've heard other people say the exact phraseology that's like the modern day Exorcist.
Yeah, it was definitely a good one for like nowadays or more recent times. So I'll say The Conjuring for the first one. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
You know me. I'm not a scary movie fan. I do not like scary movies. Don't vouch for them. Don't watch them, even when I'm forced. Not a fan.
I too am not a fan of the scary movie genre. I'm gonna go ahead and just respect Popeye's pick there and say that it's probably pretty good.
Then I guess I think a really good action movie that I haven't seen in a long time and I really want to see it is 300. Gerard Butler. Jeez, all those guys just look so badass when you see them all step out and just beating the shit out of some Persians.
Gerard Butler. All those guys. And I was like, where are you taking this right now? But it makes sense, when you say they step out and they look badass, killing all those Persians.
Yeah, I think everyone knows that I'm happily married.
You're into the ladies, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. No, 300.
Awesome movie. When I first saw it, I was just...
Another classic.
It blew my mind. I was like, holy cow.
It blew everyone's mind. It was like a big thing when it came out, just because no one had really done anything visually like that. Yeah,
it's very visually I remember the visuals very well. It's a different art style. They did something different, and it worked really well. It was really good.
Who directed that? Was that Frank Miller?
I have no idea.
Whoever it was, I'm pretty sure that was his it was Zack Snyder. That's who it was.
Yes.
That catapulted his career.
It really did.
That made his career. And then the Justice League destroyed it. But that's whatever. All right, so solid 2. What do you got for number 3?
Number 3, kind of just a weird feel-good movie that I like would be The Secret Life of Walter Mitty with
Ben Stiller.
So I like that movie. I thought the scenery and all the videography of all the breathtaking places that he goes on this adventure, I thought I was just taken away by that. So, and it just kind of makes you feel good. I don't know. I don't know if you guys watch that. It's kind of...
I had never seen it. I think it was always something that I wanted to see. I wanted to watch it. I just never got around to it.
It's a good movie. It's an interesting pick. Good movie.
Excellent pick. All across the board. So I guess that leaves me.
Whoa. I need to know if you give Popeye your blessing. Since you gave me the blessing, we need to know if you bless those 3 movies that you've only seen one of.
Well, I hate The Conjuring just because it's a scary movie. But 300 makes up for it. 300 is a really solid pick. So and if Wayne says the Secret Life of Walter Mitty is a good movie, I've always wanted to see it, just never got around to it. 2 out of 3, I have to give you an A-OK on those 3 movies. I give you my blessing.
I needed to know that.
And us to be with you.
Thank you.
So that leaves it to me. So I am kind of like both of you, where I am a huge movie buff. However, the way I determine like what my top movies are, which, well, me being a huge movie buff, it makes it incredibly difficult to pinpoint what my favorite movie is, or like what my favorite, top 10 movies are. So the way that I really like break that down, it is, the movies that I can just watch over and over and over again. And those, that kind of makes them my top 3. Number 1 is actually Pacific Rim by Guillermo del Toro. I don't know what it was. It was just like, ever since that movie came out, giant robots, giant monsters, blowing shit up, firefights, cool soundtrack.
It does hit all of Ernesto's bells.
Idris Elba, Asian chick. That's all I need. Like, literally, I can watch that movie all the time, every day, all day, for whatever reason. Have you guys even seen it?
Yeah,
I have seen the first one. I have not seen the second one. Is the second?
No. I won't touch the second one. It looks stupid.
It's one of your favorite movies, and you didn't even give the sequel a chance?
No. The second one was not the first one. All right? No Idris Elba. Anyways, so then number 2 is probably my most quoted movie, and that is The Other Guys. And I can literally, like, line for line, quote that entire movie.
I can vouch for that statement.
How many times I've seen it, and like the combination of Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell will never get old to me. It is almost as good as the hypothetical combination that I really wanted to see in a Men in Black 21 Jump Street crossover between Jonah Hill and Will Smith, which never happened. But no, it's like, I can literally quote that movie for days. It is laugh out loud funny, absolutely hilarious. Literally, just jokes and jokes and jokes and jokes from that entire movie. I think I saw that with you guys, or one of you.
I saw it with you. It was, it's one of the funniest movies. It's really good.
It is it's stupid funny too.
Yeah. Like another one like that, like I can just quote, would be like Step Brothers. That's another good one.
Yeah, it's close. Step Brothers is a classic, but like that one, I like the dynamic between Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. Yeah. Just it's fantastic.
I feel like Step Brothers is like very over the top, but like The Other Guys is it's just funny. Like it's the right amount, and it's stupid funny, but it does it really well.
It's like it has that fake serious tone to it that's real funny.
And it's just like with Eva Mendes as well. Ferrell's
oh my God. His reaction to her every time is so funny.
Like, who are you? Like, oh, I'm Alan's wife. No, you're not. Who is this, Alan? Oh, it's good. Yeah, those, and so the last one, and it's one thing for me to be able to watch something over and over and over again, but it is entirely another thing. There's only one movie that I've seen in the theater multiple times, and I saw this movie 3 times in a row, like 3 consecutive days, and that's Avengers: Infinity War. And I don't know whether or not I saw it 3 times in a row, just because the end of it just left me so mind-boggled and just baffled. But yeah, it's, in my opinion, it's one of the greatest movies ever. ever. Just a wild ride. Comedy, action, suspense, drama is a freaking masterpiece in my opinion. I saw it with Wayne. That's kind of Wayne and my thing, and how we've kind of maintained our friendship throughout the years as we see all the Marvel movies together ever since Iron Man 1 to Infinity War, with the exception of both Ant-Man movies. For whatever reason, it just worked out that way. But it's fine. They're not the cream of the crop. But it's Wayne. How do you feel about Infinity War? Good, bad?
It's a good movie. I think you have to respect cinematically what they did with whatever, like 14 or 18 movies that all culminated into this one movie, and they still are going to do another one. I mean, the next one's probably the most anticipated movie of like all time at this point. Quite the cliffhanger. But yeah, it's a good movie. It's one of those things that if you haven't really followed all the other movies, I don't know if it stands alone, but just knowing what you know, I mean, it's like Ernesto said, it's got all the pieces.
Papa, you've seen it, right? You weren't there with us, so I don't know.
Oh, wow. Yes, I have seen it. I really enjoyed it. The ending, like you said, it'll get you. So if you haven't seen it, I recommend it. I do recommend it. I would say for modern, like 2018, yes, it's probably one of the best movies of 2018.
So I'm gonna take a quick sidestep out of our thing. I know we're kind of pressed for time here, but the second funniest movie theater experience of my life happened at Infinity War, and I don't know if you caught it, Wayne. Oh no, it was when I saw it by myself. I was by myself when this happened. There were a bunch of black dudes sitting next to me, and they literally left just right after it showed Wakanda. Like, they sat there until Wakanda came into the movie, and they watched that, and then they left. They didn't even sit through the end. Just the entrance of Wakanda, left. So that's the second one. The first one, do you guys remember when we saw X-Men Apocalypse, and in the quietest part of that movie, that fat kid next to us spilled all of his Skittles on the floor?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the most quintessential movie-esque moment.
It was like
and we got to witness it
spilling
live.
marbles on a glass floor.
It was like when Wolverine got like all the steel like pipes through him and stuff, and they threw him in, Magneto threw him into the river, and it's all quiet, and then all of a sudden Skittles dropping all over the floor. That was good. That was great. So that is a perfect segue into the upcoming movies I'm most anticipating, two of which, one is Avengers 4. Just because Infinity War was huge, and Avengers 4, it's the culmination of the last like 10 years of my life. So it's unworldly how much anticipation there is for this thing. I think it's going to be just ridiculous. So there's that. I know both of you are looking forward to that. The other one, really looking forward to Dark Phoenix, which is the final one of the X-Men movies. So that one, I'm interested. I'm interested to see what happens there. I didn't like what they did with the last X-Men series where they turned Jean Grey into the Phoenix. Did not like that. I was not a fan.
Is this technically Disney Marvel, or is it still Fox Marvel?
It is still Fox Marvel. It is the last one of that X-Men series.
I see.
Completely. And then after that, Marvel's going to get the rights.
I mean, they've done good work. Logan was phenomenal. So,
oh yeah,
yes,
I have faith.
Yeah, they've had ups and downs. Fox did great work with X-Men, like almost from the beginning, outside of, I think, Wolverine Origins was the worst one. Much better than what they did with Fantastic Four.
Huh?
Oh, God. Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Marvel does with it. And then the last one of the three is actually the Hellboy reboot.
Oh, yeah.
Because I loved the other ones. I loved 1 and 2 with Ron Perlman. They were a little more cartoony, but they were fun. So I'm excited to see what the reboot's going to be like, because I think it's a really cool character. But that's about it. Those are three.
Yeah, the guy who plays him is the guy who plays Hopper from Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I think that one's going to be cool.
Yeah, I think that was a good choice.
So Wayne, what are you looking forward to next year, or wrapping out the end of this year?
I think I'm a huge Disney person. I'm looking forward to Toy Story 4. Those movies, that trilogy is as good as it gets, probably. The original is really amazing. It's a classic. There's so many funny lines. It's such an original story. It's all around good stuff. I would say for another movie, I'm obviously looking forward to The Last Star Wars, mostly just because I want it to be over. I want finality. I want this storyline to wrap up, and I want them to move on and do something other than this 9-movie series with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were good movies. I think I'm ready for it to end and wrap up and see what they've got in store next with that license.
Yep.
And then Ernesto made me think of it, but the Sherlock Holmes movie with Will Ferrell and
yeah, that does look real funny.
There's a Sherlock Holmes movie with Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell and the guy who plays in Step Brothers,
John C. Reilly.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like live action.
Yes. It's gonna be hilarious.
I haven't heard about this.
Oh, look it up. I think it's coming out like relatively soon too. I don't think it's like super far away. But yeah, just to throw a comedy or something non-Disney in there, I'm looking forward to that. So, all right, Popeye, let's wrap this up. What do you got?
All right, so first one, kind of like how I did my top 3 movies. I'm going to go with a scary one. I think it's The Last Halloween.
Yep.
The Last Halloween movie. So hopefully, like you said, kind of wraps everything up. Jamie Lee Curtis is in it. Will she kill Michael? Who knows? Yep. You guys probably won't watch that, I'm sure.
Not at all. Nope.
Another one that I'm super excited for. I love Harry Potter, and I loved the first Fantastic Beasts movie.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was great. The visuals were great. The actors and the actresses, they all just worked together amazing. So I'm ready for the second movie. I think that's going to be awesome.
I agree with you on this one. I think it's going to be great. I don't know if you've seen the latest trailer, but it looks really good. So I too am excited for that one.
I'm interested. I was interested in the Dumbledore pick for young Dumbledore.
Jude Law is amazing.
Oh no, yeah, Jude Law. I'm happy with it.
What do you have against Jude Law?
Oh geez, I don't have anything. It was just an unexpected. I'm glad that he is. I just didn't think of him when I thought about Dumbledore, but I can see it.
All right, what do you got for wrap it up?
I'll end it with one that I'm not looking forward to.
What? Okay. All right.
Flip-flop. Switch it up real fast. The Grinch. I am not looking forward to that one because I thought the Jim Carrey one was...
It is also a classic.
Great.
They shouldn't touch the Jim Carrey one. They should have left it where it was.
They should have just left it where it was.
There was one before that.
The original cartoon, that's a classic in itself, but the Jim Carrey one, I think, added to... He just did a great job with being the Grinch. It was hilarious. He was so funny in it. This one, I'm not looking forward to. I don't think I'm going to go see it.
All right. Are you leaving anything else out?
Yeah, those are all movies that are coming out this year. You don't have anything maybe a little further out?
Like next year? Got anything for 2019?
Like late 2019?
Like November 27th, 2019? It's a sequel to your favorite movie. Did he leave?
No, I'm ready. I am honestly at a loss for words. I don't know what movie. Just say it.
You want me to just let it go?
Just let it go.
It's Frozen 2.
Oh God.
I thought you would have gotten that with the let it go pun. You're just let it go.
No, I'm not excited for that.
If I come to Oregon and take you to go see Frozen 2, will you go to Frozen 2 with me?
If you come to Oregon, yeah, I'll go see it.
You have a young daughter now. You almost have to see it.
Yeah, you're actually going to have to see it. Oh, that's fantastic.
For those who don't know, Popeye hates Frozen.
Hates Frozen 2 so much that he banned his DJ at his wedding from playing Let It Go from the movie Frozen because he knew I would request Let It Go from the movie Frozen.
Because you knew it would bother me. I don't want that at my wedding.
It's
and
so
I
good.
wasn't the one who did it. Jesse was the one who did it.
Well, that puts me at odds with Jessie.
I kind of just made sure she did it. And it's just for a stupid reason why I don't like it. It's just a...
We'll go into the reason another day.
Yeah.
We'll pick this up where we left off.
All right. Well, that was a good talk. I'm glad I know your guys' favorite movies now. And unless there's any further comments, I think we'll wrap this up. And we'll catch you guys later.
All right. Goodbye.
All right. Have a good one, everyone.